Welcome back. Today I am going to discuss about a historical Kannada film that has been released, and I am discussing this only because it is related to my research subject of Indian knowledge system, IKS. The film that I am going to discuss today is Charlie777. The tagline of this film, Charlie777, is a tale of the journey of Dharmaraj in Kali. This part is a very important part in our Indian knowledge system. In our Indian knowledge system, one of the most important category in this is Itihasam. And this Itihasam consists of two great literatures called as Ramayana and Mahabharata. In Mahabharata we have 18 Parvas section, and in this the last two, 17th and 18th Parvas are Mahaprasthanika Parva and Swargarohana Parva. You may already know that the 17th Mahaprasthanika Parva tells us about the final journey of Pandavas towards heaven. Now the film Charlie777 is based on this Mahaprasthanika Parva of Mahabharata. The reason why I am discussing it in our new national education policy is, this is because this Parva gives us an insight into the two most important principles every learner has to follow in his life to be a good citizen and to be a good learner in this country. According to Mahaprasthanika Parva, for a man to lead a happy life and to attain mukti, he should just follow two simple rules in his life. The two simple rules are the rules that Krishna tells Pandavas to follow for them to reach heaven. When Pandavas start to travel towards heaven, finishing their life in earth, they start the journey from Badrinath in Himalayas. And at Badrinath, Krishna advises Pandavas to follow two simple rules to reach heaven. The rule is as follows. Sattvanurupa sarvasya Shraddha bhavati bharata Shraddha mayoyam purusho yoyach Shraddha sa evasa. The meaning of this sloka is that if we want to reach heaven or create heaven on this earth, we need to follow two simple rules in life. The first rule is to have faith. Krishna tells Pandavas that during their journey to heaven, whatever may happen on their way, they should never lose faith. They should never doubt anything. And if they doubt, then they are not eligible to reach heaven. This is the first rule. The first rule is that we should have absolute faith in our destiny. This faith takes us to heaven. If we encounter doubt, then this doubt takes us to hell. So the first rule to reach heaven for Pandavas is whatever may happen in their journey, they should never lose faith or express doubt in anything that happens on their way. Then comes the second rule. The second rule is that if someone bestows faith in you, you should keep up to their faith and should never betray them of their faith. So the main principle behind these two rules are that one in life need to have absolute faith in his destiny, and we should have absolute faith in our journey of life. Faith takes us to heaven and doubt takes us to hell. The second principle is that all our actions in life should be focused on one aspect, which is never to betray anyone's faith in us. If someone believes us, then we should never betray their belief or faith. So in this world, if every human follows these two principles, then the world becomes an heaven. However, evil enters our life only when we do some action that will betray one's faith in us. When we betray someone's faith in us, then it will lead us to doubt everyone and everything in life. And this doubt is what we call as hell. So the journey of Pandavas to heaven is like a reality game. It is just like the Squid Game in Netflix. The rule here is that you should never doubt anything and should never betray anyone's faith. So with the rules set, the game starts. and the five Pandavas with Draupadi start to move towards heaven. As they are traveling, then suddenly from nowhere a dog comes and start to follow these five Pandavas and Draupadi. Now Draupadi is little afraid of this dog, and Dharmaraja tells Draupadi not to worry about the dog and just keep walking. But fear strikes Draupadi and she does not trust Dharmaraja's words. And in fear, she runs towards Arjuna and just embraces him in fear. Immediately, Draupadi loses her life as she loses the game. Her partiality towards Arjuna and fear of doubt that dog may do something to her make her lose her life. As the journey continues, then comes Nakula and Sahadeva. Nakula and Sahadeva are highly beauty conscious. They are always concerned about their health, hygiene and looks. As they are moving, the dog moves towards Sahadeva with love and tries to lick his leg to express his love. But seeing this, Nakula screams and says Sahadeva, "Oh brother, the dog might have eaten many filthy things and it is coming to lick your leg. So be careful." So when Nakula shouts, Sahadeva then takes a stone and throws it towards the dog that was coming towards him with faith or love. So when Sahadeva attacks dog with stone, he loses his life as he betrays dog's faith in him. And Nakula also loses his life as he doubts the dog that it might have eaten filthy things and maybe unhygienic. So in the process, both Nakula and Sahadeva gets eliminated from the heaven journey. Now we have Dharmaraja, Arjuna and Bhima. They keep moving, and as they are moving, they see a small lake which is covered with a snow layer. As they move towards it, the dog barks and gives them an indication that it is very dangerous to walk on the snow. Arjuna, who is very proud about his strength, neglects the dog's warning. He feels as a great warrior, he need not fear or listen to a simple dog. So, with this arrogance, he goes on the river, he walks on that snow, the snow layer breaks, Arjuna falls in and loses his life. So the arrogance of Arjuna and his absence of faith in dog words make him lose the game. Then we are left with Dharmaraja and Bhima. As they walk towards the heaven, Dharmaraja and Bhima reach a sarovar called Satopant. Here, both Bhima and Dharmaraja decides to take a bath. Bhima is foodie and his biggest weakness is food. While going to bath, Bhima has some snacks and he leaves it on the bank and goes to bath. As he enters the sarovar, he remembers about the dog and fears that the dog may eat away his food when he is bathing. So in fear, he leaves the sarovar with half bath and rushes towards the food, and that doubt and his greed for food make him lose the game. And he also loses his life in the Satopant sarovar. So from there, only Dharmaraja and the dog now move towards heaven. And after a tiring journey, they reach the tip of the Swargarohini mountain. Now to climb this mountain, Dharmaraja is totally tired and has no strength to climb. At that time, Indra arrives with his Pushpaka Vimana. He tells Dharmaraja, "Congratulations Dharmaraj, you have won the game. So just climb my Pushpaka Vimana and I will take you to heaven." So when Indra offers him a ride, Dharmaraja asks Indra to take dog inside the Pushpaka Vimana and later he will climb in. Indra refuses to take dog inside and says that dogs are not allowed in Pushpaka Vimana. And so Dharmaraja has to climb alone. Dharmaraja, although he is totally tired, refuses Indra ride and says, "Without dog, I am not going to come, as I cannot betray the dog who is following me throughout the journey." So this was actually a trap that was put by Indra. If Dharmaraja had agreed and sat in Pushpaka Vimana, he would have immediately lost his life, as the rule of Krishna says that if you betray someone's faith in you, you are a loser. So Dharmaraja refuses Indra's offer, and although the Swargarohini mountain is a huge mountain and very difficult to climb, Dharmaraja takes up the challenge, and he, with the dog, travels all along the mountain. So if you watch the film Charlie777, the second part of the film is all about this horrific and most difficult journey Dharmaraja undertook to reach heaven just to keep up the faith of the dog. And this is very beautifully depicted in the film. Finally, with all the hardships, Dharmaraj and the dog reaches the doors of heaven. Now there is a problem. Dharmaraja is stuck with a dilemma. If he enters heaven along with the dog which is not a pure soul has no eligibility to enter heaven. And so by this, Dharmaraja would be breaking rules with nepotism. However, if he does not take the dog inside, then he will be betraying the dog's faith in him. So at this stage, the dog gives birth to a small puppy, and then it sacrifices itself, giving away its life. Now since the puppy which is just born has not done any papa and is pure, it has the eligibility to enter heaven. So with the sacrifice of the dog, Dharmaraj's dilemma is solved, and he enters heaven with this puppy. And with this, the 17th Parva, Mahaprasthanika Parva, concludes. Now after knowing this story, if you watch Charlie777, you will really understand the logic of the cinema. The moral of this great literature is that life stands on one single pillar, and that pillar is faith. The two main rules in life is believe everything that comes in your life. And the second rule is never betray anyone trust on you with your actions. If you follow these two principles, then life is heaven. If you break trust, it will lead everyone to doubt, and doubt leads to sufferings and hell. This simple lesson of life is beautifully illustrated by Maharshi Vedavyasa in Mahabharata 17th Mahaprasthanika Parva. And in our Kannada film industry, this idea is presented to make it reach the common mass of India. Using a dog, the importance of faith in life is proclaimed by this wonderful film, Charlie777. So, don't miss it. And along with it, don't miss to read the 17th Mahaprasthanika Parva of Mahabharata. Thank you.